in our game, we're going to have a GUI. We're going to have a progress bar up here to indicate how much life we've got. We have a little battery there. We're going to have a crab over here, and we're going to have the number of crabs that we've squashed over here. So, if we get damaged by a crab, we lose life. If we get damaged by a hazard, we lose even more life. If we squash a crab, it's counted up here. And if we collect a collectible, we get more life. Let's go ahead and set that up now. So I'm in Godot and I need a new scene. So, scene, new scene, and I want a 2D scene. My parent node in this case, so I'm going to control click or right click and go change type, and I want a canvas layer. A canvas layer is concerned with building user interfaces, and it sits just on top of your viewport. So it's a kind of a clear layer upon which you can put things such as your life bar, such as your icons, and they'll just sit on top of your viewport, whatever you do in your game, and move with the camera. Very useful for life bars, scoreboards, that sort of thing. I'm going to double click Node 2D and change it to GUI. And I'm going to make it capital, just because I want to. And I want a child node, and this time I want a control node. So control nodes, you'll notice, they're all green, and they give us a decent range of choices for nodes from which we can build our user interfaces. So literally, as the parent node, I want a control node. That allows us to sort of align everything on the screen. So immediately we get these anchors appearing, and I just want to change them to full rect. Okay, so my control node covers the whole screen. There we go. Let's add another node, and this time I want a progress bar. There we go, progress bar. I'm just going to change the name of that to energy. And I'm going to zoom in a bit, and let's have it where we want it on the screen. So I'm going to click it, move it down here a bit, move it in a bit. And then I need to stretch it out, don't I? So let's make it, pretty much almost half the screen. Bring it down one. I've got snapping on, so you might want to turn that off just to fine tune. But my control node is 64 pixel squares wide. So it's fairly wide. 464 is 256, isn't it? I'm going to move it across a little bit more, because next I need a little icon, and I'm going to have my battery. So with the control node selected as parent, click the plus, and this time I want a TextureRect. TextureRect. Down here, there we go. Double click, call it battery. Zoom in a bit more, and I want it kind of right next to my progress bar. So I'll bring it down here. That looks good. And TextureRect, as the name might suggest, needs a texture. So if we go to art, this time I want PNG files, not sprite sheets, and I want my battery. And you'll have a choice of the black lightning bolt or the gold lightning bolt. I'm going to go for the gold one, and I just click and drag, put it over there. Okay, I'm going to click my little clapperboard just to see how my GUI looks so far. Oh, well, I want to save it first, don't I? So I'm going to go create folder, GUI, okay, save it in there. Excellent. Now it should play the scene, which is, so there's my battery, there is my progress bar. Let's configure the progress bar a little bit more. So I go into energy. First thing, I don't want the text of the percentage, so I'm going to just untick that. Max value 0, min value 0, max value 100, step it in 0.1. That's okay, I'm going to leave that. What I want to do is just change the colors slightly. So I need to go to theme overrides, and then I want to go to styles. And you've got a background and you've got a fill. So let's do our background first. And we want, gives you a choice of style boxes. And I want a style box flat. Feel free to play with the others, but I'm going to go new style box flat. And I'm going to click on the style box. And I'm going to click on BG color. And I just want a dark blue color. I'm just doing dark blue and light blue. And I'm just moving that little dot up into the blue section of the circle. And then I'm going to increase the saturation by moving this line down. So quite a dark blue color. Excellent. And if I click off it, it should stay like that. So I open style. So that's the background. And now I want the fill. So I click on where it says empty. So I've got my fill there. Click on where it says empty. New style box flat. Same thing as before. Click on where it says style box flat. Background color. And this time I'm going to just use a lighter blue. But feel free to use whatever color you want. So almost color of the sky. Okay, click off that. And you can't see a thing. And that's because we have our value set to 0. So let's set it to 50. See what that looks like. There you go. Okay. I think I'm going to swap those two colors around. So background color. Background is going to be light blue. So I'm just going to decrease the saturation of that. That looks good. And fill is going to be dark blue. So just increase the saturation of that. Make it dark blue. Looking good. I'm just going to move that over there a bit. Looking good. Actually, the background looks a bit too much like the sky, doesn't it? So let's move it over there. Make it a bit greener. Yeah, make it slightly greener. Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to make it slightly darker. But you can easily tell. This is how much life you've got. This is how much life you've lost. Okay. Enough of that. Feel free to play with that for as long as possible. And you can mess around with all of these settings if you want. Get it exactly how you want it. I'm going to crack on. So with control selected as the parent, I want another TextureRect. Click the little plus, TextureRect. And I'm going to drag it. Where's the edge of my screen? It's that blue line there. Put it there for the time being. It might need expanding. For texture, I want robot crab. And I can choose any of these. So I'll just choose robot crab 0, drag it in. And there it is. Okay, so we need to move it up. If we move it, will it grow? Yeah, it will. That was good. Let's just play this scene again. That looks good. Okay. And the final thing I need is a label. So click the little plus. We want a label. And the label's over there. Let's move it. Now, zoom in on it. Click it. And move it over here. Make it a bit bigger. Okay. And I'm just going to write 0 in there at the moment. And horizontal align center, vertical align center, theme overrides, and we want font sizes, and we need to make it much, much bigger. Let's try 46. That looks good. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Play the scene again. That looks good. That's our GUI configured. In fact, I'm just going to move the label up slightly. Try it again. That's good. That's our GUI configured. In the next section, we will set about wiring it up. I hope to see you there.